In Shvi of Parsha Shemot we read, Vayomer Parai says, Mi Hashem, Asher Eshma B'Koiloi. Who is this Hashem that I should listen to his voice? L'shalach es Yisrael, to send Am Yisrael out. Lo Yadati es Hashem, I don't know this Hashem. V'gam es Yisrael lo yashaleach. And I also shall not send out Am Yisrael. And the tzaddikim wonder about this awkward word, v'gam. What's this word coming to add? It should say, Lo Yadati es Hashem, v'lachein, right? And therefore, or some other form of that kind of word, therefore, I will not send out Am Yisrael. What's v'gam? And also, I shall not send Am Yisrael out of Mitzrayim, and even I shall not send Am Yisrael out. It seems to be a strange word in context. So the Ha'amek Davar explains an amazing thing. The Heilige Netziv says that this is what Parai was saying to Moshe Rabbeinu. First of all, I don't know Hashem. I don't feel bound to listen to his commandments. I don't recognize his authority. Mi Hashem. Asher Eshma B'Koiloi. Who is this Hashem that I should listen to his voice? L'shalach es Yisrael. Lo Yadati es Hashem. I don't know this Hashem. But then the Ha'amek Davar says that Parai goes so far as to say, V'gam, and even if I did know Hashem, even if I had committed my life to Hashem, to listening to him, and to following his laws, and if he would say something, I would have to be bound to that. Even so, says Parai, es Yisrael lo yashaleach. I know myself. I wouldn't be able to go so far as to let Am Yisrael out. I wouldn't be able to commit myself 1,000%. I would always have a limitation that would prevent me from going so far beyond my nature to let Am Yisrael out. And this is an amazing thing, because we've been learning from the beginning in all of these videos that Paro and Mitzrayim intend to cause a Jew to evaluate his worth based on how he looks externally when he sinks down into the Mitzarim of Ervas HaAretz and of the Memtesh Shari Tuma, to cause us to evaluate things from an external perspective, from a this worldly perspective, from a logical, rational, deserving or undeserving perspective, the Bechina of Parai, of Para, Peresh Ayin, which means that which is revealed, what it looks like outside. And that the Parsha from the beginning intends to give us the tools to help us develop a new perspective, the perspective of Ayar Kitoiv Hu, a goodness that goes beyond what it looks like on the outside, deserving or undeserving, a goodness that's essential, a goodness that's hidden. We've been attempting to develop a perspective that allows us to understand that all of our struggle and all of our pain, being pushed into the thorn bush of Shoiv, Shmois Ve'erabai, of our exile, of our experience of lowliness, is for the purpose of Tashev Enosh Adaka, HaKadosh Baruch Hu pushing us into the understanding that we don't control our lives. Hashlech al Hashem Yahavcha, enabling us to throw our burden onto Hashem, V'hu Yichalka Lecha, so that the inner goodness can emerge and give us strength. And that's the fire in the thorn bush, like we learned. We've learned about Pakoid Yifkoid, about needing to understand that we have the spirit of a free man inside. We're essentially free. And over here we come to see with our own eyes that Paro himself embodies the attitude that he represents. He sets limitations for himself. He says, V'gam, even if I were to commit myself to striving, there's a ceiling, there's a barrier. I could only go so far. And that's the inner voice that whispers to us the same. He says, look at you. Look at how you look. Look at your past. Look at your history. Look at the cycle that you're caught in. You'll never make it. And even if you do make it, how high do you think you can fly? That's what Pari says to us. But we need to battle this with the belief that we have innate health, that we have innate greatness, that we have inside of us the spirit of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's Kol Yachal, that's able to accomplish anything and everything if only we're willing to let go and to let God, as the saying goes, to cast our burden onto Hashem, to stop attempting to go it alone, to bring Hashem into our lives, to talk to Him in our own words, to characterize our past as the lichatchila in Hashem's eyes, as all part of the Shemois Ve'erabai, the Shoiv that leads ultimately to the greatest Geula. If we're able to do that, if we're able to stand up and believe, Vayar ki toivhu, to see our inner goodness, if we're able to feel the spirit of Pakoid that will be redeemed on the outside, but Yifkoid, you are always ever free. If we can tap into that mindset, then we're able to battle this voice of limitation, and there's no heights to which we cannot rise. We should be zeicha to break free from this parai, from this peiresh ayin, from this way of looking at things with eyes of externality, with eyes of limitation, with eyes of chitzonius. We should be able to tap into that spirit, which And we should be able to tap into that infinite spirit of goodness, of purity, of holiness, of yearning, of striving within, and ultimately bring us to a matan Torah of freedom, to a matan Torah of elevation, of al tekri charas alaluchais, elacheres alaluchais, b'siyata deshmaya, with Hashem's help. Thank you so much for listening. Have the most wonderful day.